Well, throughout the day, we're really just going to be dealing with a ton of cloud cover, and temperatures really aren't too bad currently, but that is definitely not going to be the story tomorrow. So we've already been dealing with some thunderstorm activity. Most of that was kind of centralized in parts of the PD. But all the shower activity has continued to head to the north, and really this is all we're going to be left with. This one little line of showers just moving through Lumberton. The immediate coast is dry, and really all of the heavy downpours are basically over with for today. The cloud cover is just going to be remaining. All this moisture and cloud cover associated with the low pressure system, which has now entered North Carolina. So now we can kind of shift our focus to this very, very strong cold front, which is really going to be kind of wreaking havoc on millions of people, unfortunately, on one of the busiest holidays, especially travel-wise this time of year. But as we look at the futurecast for the rest of the day, today at 3 p.m., just cloudy, no rain. Some light showers are going to be possible very late tonight, but they're going to be very brief and kind of just moving on out of here. And we're going to be dry for most of the overnight hours. Your high temperatures for today, we've kind of already seen them along the Grand Strand. We've been in the mid-60s for several hours, and that is going to be the highs for today. Parts of the PD will make it into the mid-50s, but a couple of them are going to be struggling to hit 50 as we go throughout the day. And surprisingly, this is going to be the warmest for the next couple of days because temperatures will be falling. We're going to begin at the time where the cold front will be moving through the area, which is between 4 and 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we start out kind of warm at 51 degrees, and just look how these temperatures continue to fall over the course of the afternoon, which is usually when we warm up. At noontime in Myrtle Beach, we're up to 40 degrees, and then we're going to continue to fall into the 30s and eventually into the 20s Friday night into Saturday. Florence is going to be seeing a very similar trend. 6 a.m. starting out in the 50s, dropping down to the lower 40s by the late morning, mid-30s by the mid-afternoon, and into the overnight hours down to 20 degrees at midnight as we're transitioning into Christmas Eve. The wind gusts are also going to be pretty substantial. Here's where the cold front is. This is 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. So very early, wind gusts are going to be in the upper 20s and eventually shifting even into the upper 30s as we get to mid-morning. So very gusty conditions are going to be around for Friday. Those winds will eventually be weakening as we go through Friday evening and starting Christmas Eve, but still going to have gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour, but most of it is going to be Friday morning where the 30 to 35 mile an hour wind gusts are going to be a little bit more likely. But freezing temperatures and also those gusty conditions mean we do have wind chill advisories, not for our counties, but they're eventually going to be in our counties just outside of our viewing area, and Scotland County is under a wind advisory as well. Here's the wind chill feel like temperatures as we go throughout the day. Tomorrow at 2 in Myrtle Beach, tomorrow afternoon it's going to feel like 28. It's going to feel like 14 degrees by the time we get to midnight. Florence is going to be even more substantial. Mid-afternoon it's going to feel like 24 degrees tomorrow, and 11 p.m. it's going to feel like 10 degrees, and then single digits beyond that. So Saturday is going to be the coldest day between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Saturday will be colder, but Christmas Day is still well below average temperatures. It's going to feel like the upper 30s. That's going to be your air temperature. 38 for Florence and Marion, also along the border belt, up to 42 in Conway, lower 40s for the Grand Strand. And here's your 7-day forecast. Most of the shower and thunderstorm activity is over. Most of the area is currently dry, but 64 is the high at the beaches for today. We're already currently seeing that. Tomorrow, looking at more clear skies but colder temperatures, and that 58 is very, very early tomorrow morning because most of tomorrow is going to be in the 30s and then eventually below freezing. So just keep that in mind. It is not going to be 58 in the mid-afternoon, which is when we usually see our high temperatures. 38 is your high Christmas on Saturday, and looking inland, 36 Christmas Eve, 38 on Christmas Day, up to 44 on Monday.
All right, Anna, thanks. If you're worried about cooking that big